Collingwood versus Essendon. First up is just some Collingwood defensive formation here. Right, so just there. So Draper's got the mark here. Right, so what they're doing, they're just cutting off that 45 inboard. Anything short here, so that can go deeper inside 50. And there you can see they've got to go a dangerous kick corridor, or they're just going to send them down the line to their numbers. Draper not being the greatest kick, forces them exactly where they want to go. Straight down the line. Okay, probably Collingwood probably got a +1 or 2 there. Okay, and that's all that's for. That's a pretty easy thing to implement with your own team, just cutting off those dangerous spaces and sticking them where you want to, and to your ruck or your tall intercept mark or whoever you've got back there. And this is just off a kick out, so Moore's played on straight away. Alright, so they're just getting into some fast play here. Really trying to stretch Essendon. So they go wide, they often do this, so they're not against defending wide for one kick. But they also want to get back to corridor. So he turns the corner here. Okay, they don't even have players here. They don't even have this to continually go wide. They're all stuck in the corridor, which is what they want to do. He already knows as soon as he looks up there's nothing there. Like, if there's no players here, then my players are here, running in their lane. And he just needs to turn around and just screw that kick back. Now they've got access to pretty much all of the 50. Then you can just choose the best option. You get a one-on-one mark in your 50. Okay, we've got a boundary throw in here, mid-wing. Okay, we're just looking at the goalie. Alright, here he is here, yellow boots. Okay, so they want him at the stoppages. And then sort of defensive, here he is here. Alright, he's always sort of attacking all the time. That's how they use him. Whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. Looks great in wins, but it doesn't look great in losses. So here he comes back into play here. He's just going to sit himself here. He does it all the time. If you notice, here we go. He just sits in his spot. And then once Collingwood can win it, here he is. Okay, now he's actually a target from here. And look, Nick, did this last week as well, so he could just turn on his right foot, which is his dominant foot. Instead he turns and looks all the way in, and he's there, right where he knew he would be. That's what we're talking about. Chaos that's predictable for Collingwood. And Fly mentioned some things in his presser on that, which I'll put in the text for this video. But they get that, and they get their sort of corridor, and then they can do what they want. You go sort of 2-on-1 and they muck it up. But there's another one to go. We're doing a similar thing later on. We've got a boundary throw in here. Collingwood going this way. Okay, here's the rucks. Alright, they got their spare here. Okay, and they got their sort of diagonal lanes. It's going to sort of scoot through the corridor here. Boys to that side. Okay, here they come. 1, 2. Here was the middle one. It's just like behind the back of the stoppage. Okay, now Collingwood last year, this would have gotten through. Teams now going to work a little bit and making sure they run with them through these channels, challenging them in the corridor more so than on the outskirts. Okay, and Essendon, of all teams, able to create a turnover through the middle of the ground. Even a turn around into a scoring shot, should have been a goal, and just missed it. Right, we've got a ball up here. Collingwood still going this way. Right, here's the goalie. It's another one of his just hanging corridor video. So here he is here. Dacos again here, okay, he's looking for that inboard kick that he found earlier and then he found last week. Okay, that's the goey. Probably thought I can't get through here and here. Alright, just goes and these one down here. Okay, misses the kick. Alright, here's the goey. So he's in this spot now, like he was before. He's not really going to push in defensively too hard. He's got other players do that, so that's Lipinski, the wingers, you know, those sort of type of players. That's their job to do that. Once it works to the other side, alright, he just wants to get to this point now, this sort of circle. He almost plays as a true centreman, just through the square, unless he can get forward and really hit the scoreboard. Okay, and it's an inboard kick and he's in space here. Okay, good job from Laverde there to come forward and make him give it up. You don't want him streaming through the middle and kicking him from 60. Okay, what a boundary throw in. Essendon going this way. Okay, we've seen, like, especially in the Sydney videos, how they get their winger really deep. Alright, that's what happens here. Okay, so that's Dersma. Playing on the wing, gets really deep. Okay, the defender, say Quaynor, is sort of sitting in the middle thinking, can I get back here to help? Or I'll come up here and help. So you've got him in two minds. Okay, we'll see the reverse, like behind the goals replay, which is a bit better. But it shows us what allows this to happen. And we've seen, I've highlighted it before. Okay, so everyone's up really high, like we've seen Sydney do a heap of times. Okay, so you got this half back or back pocket up really high. Okay, that's the cover. So the winger don't need to sit out here anymore. He can come in. Right, you can see Quaynor, do I help here? Help here. Okay, Merritt comes out, sort of fakes a bit to here, then comes back to here. It's an easy kick, easy goal in the end. But if this just player's way back here, Essendon player, then that Collingwood player could have just came up and got Dersma. So they've actually got 1, 2, 3 versus 1, 2, because he's not going to leave the goal square here. That's what you want to get. And he kicks the goal, bow and arrow. We got just a centre bounce clearance. So looking at Pendlebury here. He's not normally the go-to player. The goal goes in, puts the block in, creates the mammoth hit space. Cripps just comes around to drag that player. Alright, Pendlebury obviously just times it to perfection when you can kick like he does. Wow, right, that's a just absolute perfect centre clearance.